Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well and welcome back to another video. And if you're new to my channel, I post all things photography related. I upload Mondays and Thursdays, and if you're interested in keeping up with that content, consider hitting that subscribe button. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Instagram. And Instagram is really one of those things that we hate to love and we love to hate. But as a photographer, it's an invaluable tool to share my work, have people engage with my work, and really collaborate and engage in the photographic community that is Instagram. And in that way, it's unlike any other place on the internet or in social media. But at the same time, with all that kind of photographic engagement and photographic community, it's not always the friendliest to photographers, and specifically landscape photographers. As a landscape photographer, I'm often out there trying to capture massive panoramas or grand vistas, these kind of sweeping landscape views. And on Instagram, those posts don't translate well. Instagram, if you've been on the app, you know, is not friendly to horizontal images. Horizontal images take up such a small little sliver of real estate on that homepage when you're scrolling through. A portrait image takes up a much larger chunk. So in today's video, I kind of want to dive into what's happening there, why our horizontal images don't work well on Instagram, and I want to talk about a workaround, a way that we can post our landscape horizontal images on Instagram and try to improve our audience engagement with those images and not just have them engage with those portrait images, because some of those landscape images are spectacular, they're fantastic, and it's only right that we can share them on Instagram. So first, I kind of want to get into the math of why portraits work on Instagram and landscapes don't. So first, we know landscape images, horizontal images, post as a small sliver on that Instagram homepage, and portrait images post much larger. And why does that matter? Well, it matters because Instagram, we want people to engage with our posts. We want them to like our images. We want them to hit that comment button, maybe type something funny, some constructive criticism, something like that. We want them to send it to a friend. We want them to save the image. We just overall want people to engage with our work. And when you're taking up a much larger portion of that home screen, people are much more likely to engage with your work because their eyes are on your image for much longer. When you have a horizontal sliver, they can scroll past that image without even noticing it. And that's not really what we want. So the reason that is, Instagram is set up horizontally to allow 1080 pixels, 1080 across, whether it's a horizontal picture or a portrait. And it's set up to allow 1350 pixels tall. So 1080 across, 1350 tall. That's a 4x5 portrait crop. And that is the max image size Instagram will allow. So if I post a horizontal landscape image, it'll take that 1080 across, and maybe I'm posting a 3x2 or 16x9, whatever that is, my height is probably going to be 720 pixels, somewhere in there, depending on my aspect ratio. Basically, I have to still have the 1080 across, whether you're landscape or portrait, and then you're scaling the sides. So landscape might be 1080 across, 720 up. A portrait's probably going to be 1080 across, 1350. So there's a massive difference in the real estate we're taking up on someone's home screen. So now that we know that we want to be posting 4x5 portrait images to really up our engagement, how can we work around to still post our landscape horizontal images with that 4x5 engagement? And the answer to that really is to take advantage of Instagram's carousel feature. And that's that feature with, looks like two little squares, kind of two tiles overlapping each other, and that lets you post multiple images. Well, there's a way that we can take our horizontal landscape image, divide it, kind of slice it, and post it consecutively in that carousel and create one seamless image. So when on the home screen, when you're scrolling past, we're still going to be that 4x5, but when someone scrolls through that carousel, they're going to see our whole landscape image. And that's even better, honestly, because not only are they engaging with our 4x5 image on Instagram, they're scrolling through the carousel. That's even more engagement. The longer someone can stay on our post, the more Instagram likes it, because think about it, their whole goal is to keep people on the app. So if someone's staying on your post longer, they like that post. So people are scrolling through your carousel, they're liking it, they're commenting, they're sharing with friends, all sorts of things. So I'm just gonna walk through how I work around that, how I create a seamless carousel with a landscape image. So first we need to do a little bit of mental math. So like I said before, that 4x5 image is the max we can post on Instagram. That's 1080 across, 1350 wide. So when we think about our carousel, however many ways we want to slice our image, we want those slices to be 1080 across, 1350 tall. So usually I like to do it in 2 slices. So half my image, swipe, the other half, seamless carousel. So in order to do that, I need an image that's 1080 times 2 across, 2160, and 1350 tall. So whatever original editing software I'm doing this in, I want my final crop export to be 2160 across, 1350 tall. And once you have your image cropped like that, you're gonna open it up in Photoshop. So here I have a picture of the Charlotte skyline. I've already cropped it so that it's 2160 across, 1350 tall. And I'm just talking about the ratio there. The ratio is 2160 to 1350. We haven't actually sized our image for Instagram yet. Make sure you stick around to the end. I'm gonna talk a little bit about Instagram compression and how we should be sizing our images. So like I said, I have this ratio, 2160, 1350. And the first thing I'm gonna do, so again, I wanna divide this image in half. So I'm gonna come up here and hit view. Come down to new guide layout. Number of and then this box comes up here, and I want to hit the number of columns as 2. So I'm making 2 columns equal size, dividing my image in half. And the important thing here is that you see this little gutter box here. I don't want anything in that box, because what that would do, it would spread out my columns and it wouldn't be seamless. So nothing in gutter, nothing in width, 2 there, and I'm gonna hit OK. So now I have this nice guide, these nice guidelines. But I still haven't split my image. I haven't sliced it in 2 yet. So I'm gonna come over here to the crop tool, right click on that, and I'm gonna bring up the slice tool. I'm gonna come up here to the top, hit slice from guides. I have now cut my image based on those guidelines. So I have those 2 perfectly even halves that I'll upload as my seamless carousel. And now that I've done that, all I have to do is export the image. So I'll hit File, Export, Save for Web. I'll pull up our little export box, and we'll say Fit in View just so we can see it. And we're gonna wanna make sure we're on JPEG here, maximum. And then this image size down here is really important. And this is what I was talking about when I was talking about Instagram compression. One of the things with Instagram is that you might think, oh, I've just taken this fantastic image, I wanna upload it. It's like 6,000 pixels across. We don't wanna do that. Even though we have these fantastic cameras, fantastic high resolution images, when we upload those directly to Instagram, Instagram will compress those images and they won't look good. But we can get around that if we compress the images ourselves. Because when we do it ourselves, we're deciding how it looks and it'll still look good on Instagram. So we want to come down here. This is the full image that I just said I don't want to upload to Instagram because it'll compress it. It won't look good. It'll look kind of funny. So we'll go to the width. Again, the width needs to be 2160. And when you do that, we should see 1350 tall. That's exactly what we wanted. And we're going to hit save. And we'll save this. We'll just throw it on my desktop. And we'll call it Instapano. Okay, hit save. Now when we come up to my desktop, we'll have this image folder, and in our image folder, we have Instapano 1. I'll open it for you real quick. So there's half my image in Instapano 2. Here's the other one. We'll upload it in Instagram right next to each other. Let's see how close I can get that. And we have our seamless carousel. It's perfectly split, and we are maximizing the space that we can use on Instagram. And that's really all there is to creating a seamless Instagram carousel. It's really just a great way to upload those landscape images. You know, be proud of your landscape images. And just because you've uploaded them in the past and they didn't do well on Instagram, I didn't get those likes, I didn't get those comments, you know, Instagram wasn't recommending it to other people. This will really help. You're really maximizing that space that Instagram gives you. You know, Instagram has decided this is how they've built their platform, and we just need to adapt and maximize what they've given us. And creating this seamless carousel is a great way to upload your landscape images, have people see them, have people engage with them, and maximize what Instagram has given you. That's really all I have for today's video. If you found that useful, please consider hitting that like button. Like I said before, if you're interested in landscape photography, any photography related content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I upload Mondays and Thursdays. But anyways, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all again on Monday. Bye.